So I thought I'd open up this channel by just explaining who I am and what I'm here to do. This channel is going to be incredibly relatable to a lot of people out there because I'm not an athlete. I'm 30 years old. I've been climbing since I was 23. I always took a climbing first approach, but recently I've kind of opened my eyes to this idea of training alongside climbing. This channel's here to just pretty much demonstrate and just show that journey to everyone. It's something for me to look back on as well. Right now I'm really centered and happy with doing my bouldering and all the training that comes along with that. So in this video we're going to break down some of the progress I've made over the last year, and I'm really excited to unpack it for everyone. I think we'll start with having a cup of tea. I think I'll start with where I was 1 year ago, particularly like my strengths. I had really good session endurance, so I could stay pretty much at a climbing wall for a few hours and get a good session in. I had really good pull-up power, so my 3 rep max would even be with like weighted pull-ups. Like they were pretty good. Like I was quite happy with them anyway. Finally, the third thing is my technique was pretty good, so I could do rockovers on like super small footholds. Like that's something I was able to do pretty well. So I think next what I'll go through is the weaknesses from last year. So I'm going to start with session intensity. So I think my main problem was that before I'd even really warmed up properly, I'd be off having a cup of tea, and then I'd go back and do a bit of climbing and then go off and have a cup of tea. And the issue with that is I'd be at a climbing wall for 5 hours and I wouldn't have really reached the intensity I needed to in order to improve because I was too busy drinking tea. So that was the first weakness that I think I noticed. The second one was my fundamental finger strength. It was pretty low. It just wasn't there, basically, especially on like a 20mm edge. The final weakness I'm going to list is my core tension, particularly on steep climbing. So I'd be cutting loose a lot. I'd be not able to keep tension when I was moving between holds. So I think what we need to discuss now is what I did about it. The first thing I did is I scheduled my sessions. So I'd look at the week, I'd fit in 2 climbing sessions and 2 gym sessions. Each session wouldn't be like 5 hours anymore with lots of socializing and lots of tea. It would be an hour and a half to 2 hours. So to target my finger strength, basically I adopted a strict progressive overload plan. So that involved adding 1.25 kilograms of weight once every 4 to 6 weeks. I'd do 5 pickups and 3 sets. I'd do this on my gym days and on my climbing days, unless there was board climbing. It obviously wouldn't happen then. So the third thing I did to improve was dedicated board sessions. So what this meant was quite simply not adding a moonboard session onto the end of like a climbing session. That climbing session would be a committed moonboard session. I did this to target my core, my posterior chain, and my scapula. Hi Tilly, are you okay? How are we doing? Gorgeous, you okay? Okay. I think what I'm going to do in this part of the video now is just show the gains that have been made from what we've been talking about. I think the first thing that's clear is that I'm climbing a lot more efficiently. I'm climbing a lot smoother on steep terrain. You can clearly see that my scapulars are engaging. I feel a lot more comfortable, probably because of my fundamental finger strength and obviously there's been a significant improvement in my core tension. If we just look at some spreadsheets now, the first thing I kind of just want to say is that, as you can see in the finger strength department, we've kind of gone from 17 kg all the way up to like 31 kg. That's a significant improvement. The second improvement I kind of have noticed on this spreadsheet is just the capacity for more reps. So the capacity to be able to work harder is really clear in this, and it's actually really nice to look at all this and, you know, see empirical evidence to say this is who I am and this is what I've done to improve. I'm really psyched about that. Just in the final part of the video now, I just want to discuss what I've got planned for the channel and for myself. For the channel, once every 3 to 4 months, I'm going to upload some kind of long form video that just pretty much breaks down the training I've been doing and how effective it was. We'll look at the pros and cons just like we've kind of done in this video. For myself, after a really insightful discussion with a friend, I think what I came to was that I want to be as happy, healthy, and as strong as I can be before I turn 35. And grades are a really good way of measuring climbing and how well we're doing. But ultimately, if I climb something, I just want to do it really well. And I think the video that I've shown today with the comparisons and stuff is a really good way of demonstrating that. So that's what I've got planned. If you've watched it this far along, thanks very much. I really appreciate anybody who's watched it or watched it this far. And yeah, I'm excited to see how the next 4 months go, and yeah, see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.